Okay, recording started. So, what this session exactly is going to be, we're going to explore that your biggest regret a little bit, and we're also going to explore what led you to San Antonio and up to the, points of coming into the city where the campaign has taken place. So it's a little bit of a flashback episode, uh, but it's being used to for other reasons. For me coming past this adventure. Um, so first things first. Why do you think Hell might have been headed to San Antonio other than hunting his brother down? It is like, cool. You had to have a way to find out that your brother was down south in that area. How do you think you found out?
Most likely from the crime bosses that were,
In New York?
y well, yeah, but, I mean, they have connections to other places. I mean, San
Yeah,
Antonio, it's a big place for crime and stuff like that too.
they do. They do.
So
So I like the idea of doing this in New York. Uh,
oh.
okay. So let's start. Um, let's say it's about 1888 at this point in time. It's mid-December. Obviously, it's New York City. The buildings are capped with snow as wistful flakes of it also just fill the streets and the air around you, kind of numbing your cheeks and face. Uh, except not you actually. I lied. Is not numb your cheeks and face, numbing the cheeks and faces of passerbys. Uh, and builds upon the sidewalk that people have to trudge through, the paved stone streets down Broadway and all of around Central Park are a nice white tint now at this time of the year. Uh, and this morning, you were told that somebody finally heard word of your brother. It was an informant named uh, let me get the name of this person real quick. Uh, Jeffrey Stavos, who works down south and brings information up to the crime bosses up north. He's located in a back alley. It's kind of like they call it Devil's Alley.
Oh.
Uh, oh, Jake knows summoning devils, okay?
That's my first thought, I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's a due to like the strange structure of how some of the skyscrapers and shit were built around this set of alleys. It's like this huge, almost town-like structure in the midst of all these skyscrapers and just small buildings that make its own little collective. What on the surface, as a passerby, might seem like a homeless squatter area. In reality, it's where a lot of crime bosses and criminals hang about, share information, uh,
Is it
get
like the wall
jobs and stuff.
thing in the like the thieves thing guild in like The Witcher?
Thieves Guild and there's no Thieves Guild in The Witcher. You mean Skyrim?
No, there's like this little like yes there is. There's like a little
Oh, you're talking about Horson Jr.'s hideout.
yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of like it's a lot like that actually. I forgot what it's called. It's like Beggars Creek,
Yeah, Trish
Beggars
leads you
Town.
there.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, I haven't played The Witcher 3 in a while. Okay, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. It is a lot like that, except a lot more, I say skyscrapers. The buildings aren't. They skyscrapers are around at this time and point, but like imagine 14 to 18 stories tall, not like hundreds of stories tall. Uh, and this is like kind of in downtown New York. It is very much built like that. There's like a bunch of like sticks sticking up out of the snow, holding up draperies to like shade off like little merchant kind of built areas, and the person, to get in and all that, all the information. There's one entrance, one exit. If someone comes in out of any other area, then everyone knows that they're not part of the community. Uh, and if anyone leaves one area that isn't the designated exit area, then they also know that someone kind of infiltrated without anyone else's knowledge. Uh, so you're supposed to meet one of the crime bosses here this morning, but you know that this is the anniversary of the death of one of your most beloved people you've ever held dear in your life. A certain girl that you uh, watched die about 4 years ago. Uh, her grave is kept on there's a cemetery in New York. Let me get the name of it real quick. It's called the Marble Cemetery. It's about 4 blocks away from the Devil's Alley. Uh, I don't know if you have a tradition to actually go see her every year on the anniversary of her death, or would you just go straight to your informant to find information from your brother?
Um, I probably would go up to the grave, her grave, and leave a rose there every year since her name was Rose.
Oh, that's so cute, Jake. Oh my God. Okay. Um, so you're gonna go leave a rose for Rose. Uh, so where do you think you'd be living? Do you think you'd be living anywhere specific while you're in New York, or anything that hill? Like, do you think you'd be living on Staten Island? Do you think you'd be living in an apartment? Do you think you'd be living in like a group home, or how do you think you'd be living?
It'd probably be like in an apartment, listed under a different name.
Okay, so under a different name. Yeah, so as you kind of wake up in the morning and exit the door to your apartment, you immediately walk out and your landlord kind of hammering something in at the end of the hallway beside the steps that you need to lead down, uh, kind of catches the attention of the door opening, and he goes, "What name are you going by? What name have you told the landlord?"
Fred.
"Hey, Fred, I've been waiting for your rent for the last week."
I'll get it today. I just gotta take care of something real quick.
He kind of rubs his chin a little bit, uh, and gives you like like one eye is always like kind of half closed, the other eye kind of just doesn't make contact with anything. It's just kind of like half lazy, half not lazy.
What's his name?
Uh, George.
Look, George. I mean, you know I've always been go to you. I've always paid my rent. Can't you give me a little bit of
Mm,
slack this month?
no,
No.
no. I mean, I said like That's what I meant to say. Sorry. You know, Fred, you helped me out a couple months back. Just this once, okay? He kind of like gestures like kind of he gave in, even though he didn't want to. But today, no later, okay?
All right, man. I understand. It won't happen again.
Mm-hmm. Um. So okay. As you head down the steps, is there anything you want to do or pick up before you leave the building?
Um, I mean, other than what I already have, I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't stopped by the grave yet, have I?
No, you're headed there now.
Okay, I want to make sure that I got the
Have you?
rose.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you need to go pick up a rose?
I do need to go, yeah, pick up a rose,
Okay.
a fresh rose.
Da, da, da. Of course, you know all you're pretty familiar with all the shops in the city. Did you say you stated that you're living in an apartment, but do you know about what area of New York you're living in? Like Manhattan or Queens area, Hell's Kitchen? What
Probably
kind of
Hell's
place?
Kitchen.
Of course.
That makes more sense, I feel like.
It does. Hell's Kitchen's big on like organized crime.
Hmm.
Um, or it is like
And also, I gotta
40s
summon a
plus.
demon.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry.
That's what this entire 101's about.
Oh no.
Anyways. uh, so yeah, you know all the best flower shops. You know there's one in Hell's Kitchens, and you also know that there's one between where you and the cemetery are, kind of next to the Bronx. Not quite in the Bronx, but very close. Um, Now, which one would you go local, or would you just go what's more convenient to you?
I mean, I would just go to the local one.
Okay. So yeah, as you push open the doors to the streets, how's hell dressed for the weather? Like it is quite frigid and cold outside, but that
I
doesn't really
mean,
bother you.
Hale still dresses in like a trench coat. He in New York, he doesn't wear a cowboy hat though. He wears more like a what's it called? You know those
Like the bowler hats, or
what are they? Is it called a bowler hat?
I can. A bowler hat is pretty common in this time period. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
it.
Um, yeah. So you wear a bowler hat instead. I like the idea of like you knew you were going to San Antonio, Texas, so
Yeah,
you're
so I
like,
just pick up
I
another
gotta
hat.
get a cowboy hat, right?
I can't stand out too much.
So yeah,
Hale's more clean shaven here too.
okay. You just let it's different from shaving at home and shaving on the road, so I understand that. Yeah. You look like you know a normal person. You it's different life for you here in New York. I don't you know you keep people away, but at the same time, everyone knows you here, especially in Hell's Kitchen. You've done work here. You do you avoid stealing from people in your neighborhood, or do you care who you steal from?
I pretty much avoid stealing from people in my neighborhood for the most part. For the vicinity of like my apartment and stuff, I don't mess with anything around there, or I'll even like help people out more. This is not where Haley originally used to live, obviously, because
Yeah.
he tried to like kind of get away from his brother's area after
Okay.
everything.
What neighborhood did you guys live in?
Uh, hold on, this is some stuff I haven't thought.
It's okay. I've studied a lot about New York recently, so da, 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 da. I mean, there's like I've already mentioned, there's Queens, there's the Bronx, there's
Mm,
Uptown,
let's
there's
just we're gonna say
oop,
Queens.
okay, da, da, da. Yeah, Queens, da, 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 and that's where you used to live. You cut out everywhere there, and da, da, da. Okay, so as you walk down the steps of your apartment building, you head down towards the flower shop. Just it's a couple blocks away. The streets are bustling with activity. There's wagons all about. Kind of down in the corner, you see that there's kind of like a hold up where a bunch of wagons kind of got in awkward positioning and they can't get around each other. There's a lot of gesturing and uh, yelling. You hear from far away. I'm driving a wagon here, and then some shit like that. And even the sidewalks are bustling with activity. You probably can't walk more than 5 feet with tapping shoulders or elbows with a stranger. Uh, da, da, da. You see on the corner there's like a vendor of a hot dogs are not a thing yet. Someone's selling like bratwurst and shit, just weenies.
Someone's
Uh,
selling snow cones on the corner.
yeah. Yeah. Snow cones with like they're just picking up ice with a cup, snow with a cup on the ground, and it's like drizzling some like kind of syrupy thing on top of it. And then yeah, like I said, the flower shop's only a couple blocks away. Uh, in
Hale's
no
gonna go pick
time,
up a snow cone.
you're gonna pick up a snow cone.
Yeah.
Hey, can I interest you in a snow cone, sir?
Yeah, man. I'll have one.
What flavor?
What you got?
I got cough syrup, uh, or Coca-Cola flavored. I just pour Coca-Cola in it to be honest. Uh, what else? There's this wild flavor that I got just yesterday called uh hypobenzene. What's your poison?
Is this the Coca-Cola had actual cocaine in it at this time period, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
I mean, no one knows that though, right?
No.
I'll have the Coca-Cola.
Okay. Yeah, so he kind of just like you see him like from behind the vendor pull out a bottle of the all too familiar Coke and crack open the lid and just pour it over the snow cone. Some of it melts as it absorbs all the flavor of the Coke, and then he just hands it over. Okay, that'll be 50 cents, sir.
All right, I'm just gonna hand him the 50 cents because that's Hale can handle 50 cents for a snow cone.
Yeah, okay.
Even though we
Um,
can't pay rent, but it's okay.
okay. So yeah, how much do you think your short rent? I'd say it's probably like 75 bucks a month to stay here.
Sorry, you cut out for a second. What'd you say?
How much do you think Hale is short on his rent? Like it's probably like 75 bucks a month to stay at that apartment.
He's probably about at 60 right now, and he has the funds, but he keeps a certain amount like as emergencies.
Okay.
But he's
Uh,
not gonna ever, just in case like some crime boss or something's like you owe me money or something like that. He's not gonna just give it away. So he'd rather lose his home than make a bunch of crime bosses angry. So
hmm, that's fair. Da, da, da. Then that's I'll make sure to remember that. And then you head down to the Passiflora. No, that is straight out of The Witcher, isn't it? Isn't the Passiflora from The Witcher?
I think so.
Uh
It's been a while since I played too. So
oh wait, never mind. It's not from The Witcher. Okay. Uh, you head down to the Passiflora flower shop, um, which is Hell Kitchen's flower shop. Uh, it is
but
probably the nicest place in the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
on the way, is there any sandwich shop nearby or anything like that? Or
Are you trying to like what kind of sandwich are you looking for?
I'm looking for the best sandwich in the no multiverse. That's of course.
Samuel Sandwiches just started in down south. I don't think you're gonna find one up here in New York.
Dang. Okay.
But I know, it's disappointing. Maybe he'll expand business sooner or later. We'll find out. But yeah, as you head to the Passiflora, it's probably you turn on the street. It's probably the nicest shop in Hell's Kitchen. I wouldn't say the nicest place. It's very well put together. The outside on other seasons is usually littered with like chains holding up nice potted flowers with vines going down the sides and the alleys and um, nice flowers growing up in flower beds at the feet towards the corner between the actual building and the sidewalk. But in the winter, they bring all that stuff into the building where they can keep it nice and warm.
Cool. I'm gonna head inside.
Okay. Yeah, as you open up the door, the edge of the door hits a couple bells that are hanging on the door frame. And as you try to shut the door, those bells actually catch in between the door and the outside, stopping you from shutting it all the way. Uh, as you stumble to like kind of fix it, you hear like some footsteps go as a young, I'd say probably about a 18-year-old girl kind of walks from the back room, holding a nice potted flower. Probably it is a strange one. You haven't really seen it. It's very small. As it grows up with a green stem and has like a ball of white fluff around it. It's a strange flower. I don't think you've ever seen it up north, especially not in a winter time thing. Uh, but as she notices you at the door, she goes, "Fred, how you doing?"
Good. How are you?
As good as I can get, trying to make sure all these flowers stay alive.
Oh, what kind of flower is that? I've never seen that kind before around here.
Uh, her face was kind of like kind of disinterested before you said that, but as soon as you say ask like what kind of flower this is, her face kind of just lights up and like you knowing her, you know that she's very passionate about fauna and everything in general. So that question just lights her up. This is a dandelion. It's not really it doesn't really grow up north, especially not in this season. But I've managed to trade a mysterious man from down south uh, for one of these, and I'm gonna grow some more when it's summer. Uh,
Huh.
you see, it has a cool thing, and she kind of takes her pinky and rubs a little bit of the white fluff off. See, it's a big like superstition down south. If you blow this stuff, your wish will come true. She kind of closes her eyes and blows off her pinky.
Man, I wish I could have a couple wishes.
Here, she kind of grabs your hand and pulls out your pinky and rubs a little bit of the dandelion off onto your pinky.
How
Go
many do I
ahead,
get?
just one.
Oh. Hale's not gonna speak this out loud, but he's gonna wish for his for Rose to come back.
Oh, okay. So, what'd you wish for?
Uh, I was mostly wishing for rent right now.
She giggles to herself. Oh, aren't we all? Um, so what are you in the shop for today?
Well, I'm here to pick up a rose or two. You got any that I can that you got any?
Sure, I have some yellow ones and some red ones. What kind of color are you looking for?
Uh, I'm looking for the pink ones.
Pink rose? Okay, that'll cost you though. Let me go to the back and grab. Do you want a full bundle or just one?
Just one will do.
Okay. She heads to the back. By the way, you do know this lady. Uh, well, obviously, once a year you go and get a flower, a single rose. But you said, you know the neighborhood well,
Hmm.
and I feel like a criminal hanging around a flower shop erases a lot of suspicion. Uh, but we'll say her name is Haley. Haley Deinhardt. I'm gonna
Cool.
put that name in roll 20 just so I don't forget it. Da, da, da. But yeah, she's the flower girl. She keeps flowers living through winter all the time. Better than pretty much anyone else in New York that you've seen. Why you probably always go to this flower shop specifically every year because roses usually aren't in bloom, but yet she has all like beautiful roses this time of the year. Um, da, da,
I would say
da.
that the neighborhood probably considers Hale like a guardian angel because he basically is like this area is off limits.
Yeah,
Like,
most
don't
definitely.
mess up this area.
Outside of Hell's Kitchen, you're probably not like the most popular, but inside everyone's like, "Oh, it's Fred." Um yeah, after some bustling in the back, you see right around the corner a nice pink shade, full and voluptuous rose pops around the corner, and then following it not too far behind is Haley herself, kind of smirking and pulling like a stem of a rose out of her hair, kind of like, damn thorns. Okay, here's your rose. It's just $1, but for you, I'll 75 cents.
Oh, I appreciate it, Haley.
She she gives you a smile and uh you know you always come in here and buy Rose once a year, but I I never see you with any gal on your arm.
Oh, there used to be one.
She kind of leans in, puts one hand on her chin as she stares at you. Mm-hmm. Used to be
Uh, how much do I owe you for the rose, Haley?
75 cents.
75 cents. Okay. Let me. Hale's gonna grab his wallet and get the 75 cents and put it on the table for her.
Okay. She takes it, kind of opens up a register behind her and throws it in there. You know, you're always welcome to stop by more. It's good to have someone to ask questions about all the flowers.
Yeah, sure. I could stop by sometime.
Okay. Uh, Never be a stranger. And she kind of waves as you exit through the door and head off to the cemetery. Um, the travel to the cemetery is a lot more, since you have to exit Hell's Kitchen to get there. It's a lot more less, stuff happening, to be honest. Things are very kind of things move fast in New York, but you always notice in Hell's Kitchen things will move a little bit faster as you constantly talk to people that you know or are doing something. But outside of Hell's Kitchen, it's just meandering to get to point A to point B, uh, walking between towering buildings that kind of just block out the sun through just inches and inches of snow.
Hale doesn't usually walk on the streets.
Where do you walk?
He goes up the fire escapes and jumps from building to building.
Um, do you actually want to do that?
No, I'm just
I was
messing.
about to say, Hell, sorry guys, Hell didn't make it through to his one-on-one. Okay, no, but you make it to the cemetery. It's kind of like a small sanctioned off area in the city. There's buildings all around it, but it kind of like squares off with big iron gates and fence with unique designs and depictions upon them. Uh, the buildings towering over it kind of are kept at a distance. It's kind of like in a rhombus kind of type shape. It's long at the bottom and it kind of goes in a little bit as it goes up towards the top. Um, but yeah, this is where Haley was buried. Not Haley, fuck.
Dang,
Rose was buried.
we just started, Galen.
I know. But yeah, Rose is buried here.
Hale's just kind of get down like one knee and like place the rose down on the grave. And this is the only time he really does this, but he just kind of like says a small prayer for her. And then that's pretty much it. And he just kind of gets up and just gets ready to
Oh,
go.
okay. Well, get just a small step back to when you were praying. So as you enter silence to start a prayer, the camera kind of focuses on your face and kind of goes down along the length of your body, and then turns around to the grave to where we see the solitary rose laying there, and we slowly see the uh, grave become uh, empty, no tombstone, no nothing there. And then we kind of zoom out back over to the streets where we see about uh, a 15-year-old girl. You know her quite well as Rose. She has beautiful red hair, eyes like like at the sun, fucking adorable little freckles. Uh, how long have you known Rose now?
He's known her for 3 years.
Okay. Um, so since you guys were 12,
Yeah.
is she in the same kind of lifestyle as you are?
She was, but for the most part, she's been trying to like convince Hale to like leave with her and go somewhere else and or get out of this life and stuff like that.
Okay. Da, da, da. So yeah, you see her face running towards the camera, and not far behind is you kind of sneaking a peek behind you as you're holding on to a large loaf of bread. And there's a couple grown adults chasing, like waving their fists at you, coming out of a kind of a general store on the corner of a block of a street. And you see Rose look back at you and say, "Hurry up, Slowpoker! They're gonna get you."
I wouldn't be running so slow if I wasn't behind you.
She giggles to herself, and then she suddenly cuts left into an alley, and without any kind of warning at all. And by the time you make it to that alley, she's pointing, or she's halfway up a ladder on a fire escape.
I
She
guess.
looks. Oh, you're gonna follow her?
Yeah. I mean, I need to.
She looks down between her legs, says, "Hurry up, hurry up! We can lose him up here."
I don't know if
Uh,
this is such a good idea, Haley.
Trust me, it's fine. Make a roll to see if you can get up there before they round the corner and see you.
Oh, what am I rolling? Am I still using the same?
It's kind of like a speed roll to see how fast you can move. Yeah, you're still
Okay,
rolling the same stats. I'm not gonna
so I'm using
make you go back
muscle,
to base.
right?
Yeah, yeah, unless you can make
Faster
an
is
argument for
better.
something else.
Always have a plan.
Your
Uh,
bonus one. That is insane.
yeah, it's bad. Um, I would say my bond is probably criminal underworld because of her.
Yeah.
I'm chasing after her, and then I'm gonna freeze. No, I don't have my ice powers yet.
Nope.
Hmm. Uh, can I say fighting dirty because I'm using the fire escape to get away from them and
Oh
hide?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I guess that's a
Oh, did you
13.
already use faster is better?
Yeah.
Okay. This is quite literally faster is better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm rolling a 13.
Okay. The risk is just gonna be a 6. Nice. So, as you kind of uh, rush up the ladder and the clinging of the metal banging against, or kind of racketing against the brick wall, makes sound. You guys quickly get up to the floor of the fire escape and then quickly sprint up the steps and make it up to the top of the roof. Uh, and then below you hear the statement showing, "Get back here, you damn kids!" Uh, and then you kind of peek over the ledge to see that they continue running down the alley, just ignoring the fire escape ladder.
We're a bunch of idiots.
uh, Rose kind of laughs and looks out over to the actual street of New York City below, uh, and kind of sits on the ledge of the roof.
You might want to be
Uh,
careful there, Rose.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
How old are we here, Kaylin?
15.
Okay, cool.
Tee. Um, so how about you take a seat? She pats her hand right next to herself and start breaking that bread.
All right, all right. Did you get your part of the bargain? Did you get the jam?
She kind of uh shoves her hand down to where her chest is, and uh right where kind of like I guess bras are just now becoming a thing, but like to make it appear like she had larger breasts, she pulls out two jars of jam, or one jam, one jelly. I got an extra one just for later.
Oh, nice. I kind of liked it better when you had them in your shirt, though.
She gives you kind of like a a cutting knife look at you, and then just kind of gives like a fuck off kind of smile and laugh. Uh,
As she like looks at Hale, he just kind of like winces, like he's afraid he's gonna get hit.
You need to work on your courage.
I think my courage is fine, don't you think?
I mean, wincing at a girl just because you're afraid of getting hit?
Hey, if it was any other woman, I'd be fine. You hit really hard.
She kind of smirks at you and rolls up her sleeve and flexes because all the working out I do to keep you and all the other kids around here in line.
Remember the last time you hit me?
Oh yeah, I remember. Man, your eye was swollen shut for like a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, you hit me down the fire escape.
Well, past is past.
I guess I can't blame you. You're only 13.
Mm, okay. Uh, Wait, so she's 2 years younger than you?
No, 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 no. That was 2 years ago when that
Oh,
happened.
okay, okay. That's the last time she hit you? Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, I didn't
Because that
even
would be
catch what was
weird.
being put down. Yeah, I was about to say.
Now we're getting into creep territory.
Anyways, hmm, good times, good times. Uh, Want to reenact it? And she points to the fire escape that you guys just climbed up.
Hell almost looks like panics. He's like, no, 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 that's okay.
Okay. Uh, she kind of forcibly kind of breaks a piece of bread off the loaf that you're holding and takes some of the jam out of the jar with a couple fingers and spreads it across and takes a big bite.
I'm also
So,
gonna do the same thing.
so today's the day we're running away.
Yeah, seems like it.
Okay.
Decided where we're going yet?
Uh,
This is your idea.
so there's a bunch of cool places in the world. Out west, most definitely. I hear that there's a land of gold uh right beside Canada called Alaska, and we could get rich off that.
Alaska, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that? Won't we have to take a boat to get there?
We could figure it out.
No, okay. Uh, yeah, it sounds good to me. It's gonna be a little cold though, don't you think? I mean, I know it's cold here, but I heard it gets
Quick,
really cold there.
I have a quick question. Does
Uh-huh.
before Hell had his powers, how did he feel about the cold?
He didn't like the cold. Right now he's in like a big jacket, like he's all bundled up, he has a scarf on. He's like,
Oh, you big baby. All you ever think about is the cold.
man, just wait until if she ever meets him in the future.
Uh,
She's dead.
as you guys kind of lean over the side of the building, she kind of uh leans against your shoulder, and the camera kind of like focuses on y'all's back and zooms out, and then again it kind of zooms back uh, up and then back down, focuses over the cemetery not far away, and then it zooms super close in to seeing you standing up from your prayer.
Cool. Hale's gonna wipe away a frozen tear and start heading towards his destination.
Oh, a second. I'm going to call like a quick 5 minute break to go grab some water real quick.
Okay.
Man, I tried giving her an Irish accent. I
That
don't
would
know
have
how
been
well
great.
I'm trying to do it, but like I can do an Irish accent, but I don't know if I can do a female one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for the Irish accent, see how it works next time. But I'll be right back. Ooh, man, y'all, you and Rose's fucking relationship's probably the most healthy relationship of this entire goddamn thing so far.
Oh dang.
I mean, I guess you could,
And
yeah,
there's
whatever.
physical abuse too. Not really,
Yeah,
but
but like, yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean.
uh, yeah. Let me drink. Let me take another drink. Mm. Cold water is the best water.
It is. Especially
But
if you sorry.
oh, sorry, no, I was just gonna go ahead and say what you have to say. Is we're technically still on break.
3 a.m. water is the best when you like leave the ice in there.
Oh yeah.
You wake up and
Mm-hmm.
you just that's the best water.
Like waking up feeling dehydrated is it like triggers a fight or flight response, and like my eyes dart all across my room for like the little like fourth of a water bottle I have left.
You just
It, it,
panic for it. You want
I
it so bad.
I need that Wawa.
Wawa.
Mm. Okay, let's continue. Okay,
That's
so
what Hale says when he doesn't have any ice left. I
I
need
need that
Wawa.
Wawa.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. Um, why is this?
Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, as you exit the cemetery, and kind of make your way to the Devil's Alley, uh, it's a little ways away. Is there anything else you need to stop and pick up in preparation, or anyone you want to go see before, you go see the bosses and the informant?
I guess are they just giving me this information or are they like as a gift since I've helped them
Well,
out
you
or
do work for them, and there's the boss that you work directly under.
Mhm.
Uh, Georgie Jones is his name. Uh, he also has problems that he wants to bring up with your brother.
Mm. Okay, so he has issues with them too. So it's like a mutual
Yeah,
type.
it's
Okay.
like scratch your back, I scratch. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, kind of thing.
Okay.
Also, I have a quick question. Did Rose know your real name?
Yes.
And your
He
name is
Jonathan Williams.
Jonathan Williams. Okay,
Mhm.
I need. I knew it was Williams. I just couldn't remember if it was Jonathan. Okay, but here we go. Um, let's see. So Jonathan Williams, and all right. So you are heading straight there to the Devil's Alley.
Yeah. And she calls me Johnny.
Oh, little Johnny. Okay. Okay. So yeah, as you get to the Devil's Alley, you know to knock 3 times in a specific rhythm, uh, and say the the Devil's requested me to come in tonight, to get in. So go ahead and do your little process to get into the Devil's Alley.
All
I
right,
will
I'm
say
gonna.
the entrance to it is very open. Like there around the block that it's located, there's probably about 5 ways to get in, but there's only one way you can get in and do business, and it's not blocked off or anything. There's like there's a bunch of concrete and there's a wooden plank, and the wooden plank is what you knock on, and behind the wooden plank is someone that verifies that you know the phrase.
All right.
And then inside
Hale's
the
gonna
alley,
start out with the secret knock, which is the. Did you hear that?
yeah.
Okay. And then he's gonna say, wait, what was the phrase?
The devil has a job for me tonight.
The devil has a job for me tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna kick the door 3 times and then elbow it. And then he's going to
Yeah. Keep going.
and then he's gonna like start shaking the door like he's crazy.
You hear a grumbly voice behind it go, Must be that dipshit kid again. And the door just kind of swings open. And he's like, "Would you stop with that shit?"
I thought it was supposed to be secret, man. I just come on, man. If we just make it easy, everybody can get in.
We don't want everybody in. That's the point of it, of all of this.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta make it super complicated.
S- There's a difference between super complicated and having an aneurysm out on the streets.
Someone had an aneurysm out on the street?
Yeah, you did.
Hell's just
And
gonna chuckle.
get your ass in here. He kind of chuckles to himself and kind of like pats you on the back as you pass.
What's his name?
Okay. His name's Donnie.
I'm just messing with you, Donnie. Thanks for letting me in, Donnie.
No problem. No problem, man. Just give your best. Give my best to Georgie when you see him, okay?
All right, I will. Are they
Uh,
related? Or they live in?
oh, Donnie and Georgie?
Yeah.
No, they're not related. Donnie's just a guard. A bunch of the mob bosses meet here usually. They like none of them are
Wait, I
stationed
thought
here.
George was my
George is your
landlord.
he is the landlord, but Georgie
Oh,
Georgie
Georgie.
Jones.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put
Look,
that
I had
down.
Georgie Jones' name beforehand. I named George on the fly, so
Man,
look, it's a thing.
that's gonna be
Up here,
confusing.
up back in the Bronx, everyone's either named George, Donnie, or uh, something super simple like that. So
Or Fred.
yeah, we're Fred. uh, if it'd be such a good inside joke when you guys go to New York that you just go up to random people and say, "Hey, George."
Oh, that would be great. I'm just gonna call like every NPC you bring out George, and you're gonna be like, dang it, every time.
I'm
Everyone's
gonna
gonna be,
lose track of the NPCs, dude.
yep.
Look, okay, yeah. As Donnie kind of pats you by and he shuts the door behind you. Uh, the craziest thing about the Devil's Alley is that it's quite sprawling. There's a lot of people back here. You see people kind of like gambling, playing the game where there's 3 cups and a single pebble in between the cups. Uh, da da da. Uh, and you see people playing cards on a ragtag table that's built against a wall. You see chimney smoke all around the buildings, uh, surrounding it, kind of making up a smoky kind of texture in the alley. Uh, the snow built up around the corners, around the actual pavement. It's been shoveled up and thrown to the like walls and shit, so it's not everywhere. Uh, and in the back, there's the meeting building where all the mob bosses will meet to do business with each other, and that's where the big three are meeting today.
Okay. As I'm heading there, I'm gonna look at the guy's cards. I'm gonna, ooh, you really shouldn't play that hand there. And
He
just
kind
kind
of
of
like
does.
really intensely looking at his eye, like looking at his card. Looks back at you. And says, "Hey, what do you know?"
I mean, you can play if you want, but if I were you, man, I would just fold if I were you.
Hey,
And
get the
he has
fuck
like
out of
really
here.
nice cards.
Yeah, he does have really nice cards. He has like a king, and an ace. Get the fuck out of here.
Hale's just gonna just kind of smirk and then just keep walking.
As you kind of walk off, he like you kind of notice like a bead of sweat coming around his eyebrows, and he's like, "Fuck it, I fold." And then someone puts down their hand, which was obviously way worse than his, and wins. uh,
Nice.
uh, okay.
Does
Um,
everyone know like what I can do around here or no? I guess that's probably something I keep
uh,
more secretive, but
yeah, I was gonna say that's up to you. Um,
It's
I
probably
imagine
more like people know that if you mess with me too much, they might not be around for a little while.
yeah, I imagine Georgie would know. I- Other people, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
Uh, but let's see. Yeah. Are you gonna just go straight to the meeting area?
Yeah.
Look, Jake, I am so tempted. I have three names for these mob bosses, but I'm so tempted to name one George, one Fred, and one Donnie,
The other
but
one,
I'm not
George.
gonna do it. Oh, two Georges?
Yeah.
Oh no, 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 no. I already have names for them. Um,
Dang it. I was
uh,
gonna be like
you,
George A and George B. What's going on, guys?
you know that Georgie Jones is the boss you work under. Adonis is another. He he is probably the most unique boss in New York. Um, he is the only African American crime boss in New York. Uh,
Mm.
Very towering figure. He's tall, like I'd say about 6'6", 6'7". Uh,
What's his name again?
Adonis,
How you spell it?
and he has not given out a last name,
Okay.
and everyone just calls him Mr. Adonis.
Makes sense.
And the third and final one is kind of like the direct opposite of Adonis. Georgie himself is a very Italian individual. Um, the third one is also Italian, except he's like as Adonis is like tall, cold, and cool.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, 1 second, let me remember his name. What is his name? It's not Tommy. It's pretty sure it was. Yeah, let's go with Thomas. His name's Thomas, and
Did you come up with
everyone
that on the
calls him
spot?
Tom. No, I didn't. I have it written down somewhere. I just couldn't find it.
Thomas, but
Uh,
everyone calls him Tommy.
yeah. He's like a little bitty ball of fury. Like does not take much to like piss him off, and when he's pissed off, he does what he wants, and he he'll he's not he's the hothead of the bosses of the big three here in New York. Um, but yeah, uh, you work under Georgie because he's kind of like the in between. He doesn't let anyone walk over him, but at the same time, he is calm and collected when he needs to be.
Okay.
Um, and you know that your informant is also here in the building. As you walk in, you see a couple guards in front of a door. Uh, Immediately recognize you and kind of take a step away from the door, completely silently keep their arms in front of their body. Uh, they're very, very strong people. You know them personally. Uh, they're both lucid. They're both people you don't want to fuck with. Uh, da, da, da.
Do I know their
Their names are
abilities?
Donnie and Georgie. Huh? What
Their
was that?
names are Donnie and Georgie.
No, 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 that's a lie. Uh, what should their names be? I'm trying to think of Italian names, so I can't really think of many. Uh,
Fred?
Fre yeah,
Freddie?
let's name we'll name one of them Freddy and another one Gonzo.
Gonzo. Cool.
hmm
I like that name. And do I know
But
their abilities or no?
no, not really. You just know that they're a force to be reckoned with, and anyone who has fucked with them or the bosses hasn't lived to tell the tale.
Okay. And as I'm like entering the room, I'm like, "Hey, Tommy, you chilled today? What's going on, man? What's going on?"
He kind of looks down at you silently, and then looks back up and kind of gives out an arm, like as if saying, "Proceed, please."
I'm gonna take his hand and shake it. I'm like, "How's it going, man? Are you doing good?"
He kind of looks down at you, and then all you hear is like a, and then he looks back up, to assume his guarding responsibilities.
Wait, I was doing this to Tommy.
Yeah, that's Tommy.
He's the guard?
Yeah, Tommy's the guard.
Wait, I thought Thomas was a
Oh no, Tommy. Okay, sorry, I got names mixed up already. Holy
Freddy.
shit.
I'm not talking to Freddy. I'm talking to
Okay,
Tom.
okay. Yeah, oh yeah, you're talking to Tommy. Okay, okay. So yeah, as you walk up and we'll continue with he raises his hand. He's like, You're one cold motherfucker, aren't you?"
You could say that, yeah. And I'm just gonna kind of like shake his hand and give him a little bit of a little chill.
He kind of gives you like a grimace, like uh, handsy people like you wouldn't make it far in my family.
Well, it doesn't sound like a very nice family to me, and I'm just kind of like whispering to George.
Okay, you said that under your breath,
Yeah, to
like to where
George.
he can't hear it. Okay,
He
okay.
could definitely hear it, but it's just kind of like,
Yeah, his eyes narrow and he kind of like leans back in the chair he's sitting in. As all three of the mob bosses are sitting in a chair, Adonis and Tommy kind of opposing each other, and then Georgie sitting kind of in the center, and then the informant on the other side, and a chair pulled out beside Georgie for you. Uh,
okay,
Georgie
I'm gonna
kind
go.
of leans back in and whispers, "Yeah, but testing your luck and pissing off Tommy is a good way to end up in a ditch. My
Well,
protection only goes so far."
depending on where we're going here, I might want to be in the ditch compared to. Hopefully, it's nowhere like San Antonio or something like that. I don't want to be around no hicks.
The informant kind of looks has a finger pointed at the map at Texas, San Antonio.
And Hale's just gonna be like, "Oh,
Okay. Um. mm, Well, it's not much information, but he's been working with some fella. Haven't really gotten a name for the fella he's working with, but he's he's been doing some kind of experimentation in the city in San Antonio.
experimentation. What kind of experimentation are you talking about here? And what
Some
was your name?
uh
Why did you sound like Alexander there?
that was sounded like Alexander.
You do that weird like laugh.
uh like that.
Do it again.
Um like I don't know if I can mimic it on purpose. I said his name at the beginning of the session, but I can't fucking remember.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, but I can't remember his last
I
name.
don't remember his last name
Eh,
either.
Uh, let's say Jeffrey to Mice. Uh, my name's Jeffrey to Mice.
Cool. All right, Jeffrey. How'd you get this information?
He kind of he's only been pointing around with one arm. He kind of puts his other arm on top of the table, kind of wrapped in bandages. Uh, and as he kind of unwraps it, his you see that his skin has been it's kind of like a bright blood red. It has like a scaly texture to it. And as he finishes unwrapping all the way up to his bicep, round where his elbow meets his bicep, the texture and look of it kind of stops. And as he tries to move his fingers, it like kind of crumbles and cracks along the scales, and they kind of fluff off a little bit. The asshole did this to me.
Whoa. Oh, I don't know what to say to that. They did that to you in San Antonio?
Just got back.
Got
Yep,
back. How long did it take you to get here?
2 weeks,
2 weeks? You could be
3 weeks.
gone by then. I
You guys were asking for information. I got information. What more do you want?
don't know. It just George, what do you think about this?
That's more than anything we've had in the past 5 years.
I guess you're right.
In
I
fact,
just,
he's been nothing but dust for the last 5 years, and turns out he's been hanging out with all the dust in San Antonio the entire time.
man, I know it's a big deal that we found anything about him. I don't know. I guess I expected more.
Look, maybe you'll be able to find more down there. Experimentation. Me and you both know your brother wrote down everything.
Um, is there anybody down there that we have contact with, or
Uh, Contact. There's this broad named Winnie Thailander.
I knew Winnie
Uh,
before this, didn't I?
you did. You guys met
I
before.
Winnie, huh? She's down in San Antonio. I guess she did have that kind of hickish
Yeah.
accent.
You know that she's always worked in the south. Like she mainly works in the south. She comes up to the north every now and then for business, but mainly in the south.
Okay.
And do you know that she runs around a lot with another guy named Victor Vance?
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, she has a base there in San Antonio. She probably knows more about what's going on in the city than anyone else. She might be a good person to start with.
All right. I guess if
She'll
this is,
probably make you do dirty work for her to get information, though.
I'm not above that to find my brother.
Okay. And then as the meeting goes on and you're kind of talking to Georgie and the other bosses are kind of taking in the information, and kind of waiting for the meeting to move on to more important things to them. Like, everyone's a little bit interested in the whereabouts of your brother, but only you and Georgie are like personally concerned. Uh, it kind of goes silent for a few seconds as you and Georgie kind of whisper to each other, and then all of a sudden a big bang is heard at the doors, and the camera kind of spins around to see that someone has kicked down the doors, and the beyond the door, all we see is a dark figure, and both Freddy and Gonzo kind of on the ground outside. And as we kind of zoom in to the face of the hidden figure, the camera kind of just squeezes and squeezes and squeezes, and then kind of expands to show a scene kind of similar at you, Rose, and your brother at a table, kind of uh, eating food. You know the plan is to, while after your brother leaves, he's gonna leave in about 10 minutes. Um, you're going to get all your shit together, and you and Rose are gonna skip town.
Okay. What are we eating? Like, are we at like a restaurant or?
No. Your brother got some. He has a deal with the butcher. Any meats that go out of date go straight to him. So that's what you guys are eating. You guys are eating old expired meat.
Yum, yum, yum. Um, man, it's really chilly in here. Like,
Grow some thicker skin.
come on, bro. You know it's cold in here.
Look, um, look. You don't need to worry about the cold. Cold is superficial. Just deal with it, okay?
Superficial, my ass. It's freezing in here.
Look, look. Couple of years from now, things will look up for us, and we'll have one of them fancy new heating devices or whatever you call them.
Hale is gonna be like, as he's like talking to him, he's gonna be like gripping a knife in his coat pocket just because he hates his brother already.
He kind
Because he's
of
already found out.
notices. He kind of notices like the gleam in your eye, and he uh looks down at you, and he's like, "You took your medicine this morning, right?"
Hmm? Yeah, I took my medicine.
Okay. Just I can't have you. killing over and dying on me. That's all. Don't know how I'd live with myself if that happened.
Remind me what that medicine does again?
Keeps you healthy. You got some kind of sickness that the doctor told me about. And this is what prevents it from taking you.
Oh, okay. Obviously, hell knows it's a lie.
Yeah, he does. Uh, Rose kind of just is not making eye contact at the table. She comes over and eats every now and then with you and your brother, not quite frequently. Just because the nuisance kind of bothers your brother, and he he isn't quite nice to her a lot of the time.
Okay.
Uh, he looks down at you and he's like, so, you have any luck with that thing I told you to grab or to nab the other day?
Uh, what did he tell me to nab?
Uh, uh, he told you to nab some jewelry from a jewelry store.
Yeah, I got out, but I only got about a couple pieces with me. I didn't really get as much as we wanted, but cops were coming quick. I had to get out of there.
Okay, okay. Uh, just leave it on the dresser. And I'll go sell it tonight. Okay.
And if you just kind of look at like Rose, like underneath her her jacket, you can kind of almost see like a necklace around her.
Oh, um, yeah. She has it kind of tucked in a little bit, so because she knows that if your brother put two and two together, he would nab it right off of her. Uh, but yeah. As you guys kind of continue to eat, he kind of stands up without saying goodbye, just puts on his coat and walks out.
Well, I guess it's
Mm,
just you and me, Rose.
just you and me. She kind of puts her foot like on top of your knee, under the table.
Hale's gonna lean in and give her a kiss.
Oh, she reciprocates, and then she like kind of puts both of her hands on your shoulder. Look, no distractions as she kind of like waves her finger on top of your nose. We gotta get up and get everything together, okay?
All right, are you sure you wanna do this?
Her eyes are kind of gleaming with her own light, and it's all I've ever dreamed about ever since I met you.
All right, I can't say no to you. I'm gonna start getting ready to go.
Okay. She kind of smirks herself, and as you are getting your stuff together, um, you see. duh, 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 duh. What do you think Hell's all gonna bring with them?
Hale's gonna bring a knife. He's gonna bring some of the jewelry that he stole. He stole a lot more than he originally told his brother.
Okay.
Just kind of like he's gonna sell it before he's kind of like gonna pawn it like in the next like town over. That way he doesn't like set off any like alarms for his brother or anything like that. And then
Okay.
he's gonna bring a couple jackets, a couple scarves, um, and some water in a little canteen, and some bread and some jam.
Okay. As you're kind of gathering all that equipment into a little uh bag that you probably nicked off of a vendor around the city. You hear at the doorway, Rose go, Johnny. Guess what?
What?
I got a surprise for you.
What's what's this about?
So, uh, I know you have. Uh, so I know that you've never met your parents.
My parents? What do you mean?
You we talked about it all the time. You just you said you've never really met your parents.
Yeah, but what do you mean? Like, what about them?
I thought you would like a little memento.
A memento, huh?
While your brother wasn't looking, I grabbed this, and she holds out the family crest. Oh, wait, never mind. This is all wrong. I thought you had the family crest beforehand. You got the family crest during San Antonio, didn't you?
Yes.
So never mind. I
You.
thought you took that. I was gonna make her give you the water skin, but yeah, let's go with the water skin. She retconned everything she said about your parents. Uh, Here, I got you this. And she holds out a neatly ornate water skin. Uh, I know that you've always liked to be one of those gung ho survivalist types.
Thank you, Rose. I like it. It's pretty neat. What's this crest on there?
Uh, yeah, you see a crest of like two snakes intertwining together between a staff. And she smirks and says, "I not entirely sure. It's something about uh two people being venomous for each other, or two people uh being meant for each other. One of those two things. I can never remember the tale, but
Oh,
it's a
you're
big thing
both
in."
venomous and meant for me.
She kind of gives you like a head cock to of like, I don't know whether to take that as an insult or a compliment, to be honest.
Me either.
Oh, we are meant to be, aren't we?
Yeah, I'd
Come on,
say
let's
it's
go.
so. All right.
Um, so yeah, as you kind of exit out the door, immediately right in front of the door is Georgie Jones in the knocking position, and he kind of looks down and he meets eyes with you, and then he looks over to the right to see Rose. What are you doing out?
Do I
You
know
know that we
George
got
at
work.
all?
Oh yeah, you know Georgie Jones. That's Rose's father.
Oh. Oh no. um.
Yeah.
Uh, we're planning a heist.
He kind of kneels down a little bit. He's not too tall, but he's taller than you guys. He doesn't quite kneel down, but he kind of ducks a little bit. You're planning a heist. He kind of gives like an inquisitive like look at both of you.
Yeah, yeah. You know that museum down the street? I heard those paintings are worth like thousands, maybe even millions of dollars. I was just thinking maybe we could sneak in there and get one of those paintings or something like that.
He kind of like nods his head back, and he's like, "All right, I just the old woman wanted me to come and talk to Rose, tell her before she does anything else today that she needs to stop by and see her grandmother."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure we could do that before we go and plan our heist.
Okay. Uh, he kind of stands back up straight, and he's like, and he takes his bowler cap from his chest and kind of puts it back on top of his head. And Rose looks at him and goes, "Do I have to go see Granny?" And he looks back at her and he's like, "You know that she doesn't have long left. You need to spend time with her, okay? Don't want you skipping town." He kind of gives a knowing look at her without seeing your family one last time. Her face immediately goes all completely flush, as Georgie just walks off.
Hale's
Um,
gonna look like panicked. He's like, "How does he know that?"
my fucking dad knows everything. It's frustrating.
Yeah, but I thought. Did we say anything to anyone else?
I didn't say anything. Did you say anything?
No. Why would I say anything?
Anyways, look, we know that my granny works at the homeless shelter. It won't be far. We just gotta stop by, okay?
Does that mean George approves of me?
He'll never say it if he does.
I mean, let me run off with you.
Well, I guess that means he approves of you, and she kind of gives you a very trusting smile. Come on, let's go.
All right. Hale's gonna get a jacket and then put another jacket over it, and then get two scarves and wrap it around him and put his cap on
Uh,
before he leaves.
okay. Yeah, before you leave, uh, no, we'll skip to the homeless shelter. As you guys arrive at the homeless shelter, you have never really been on this part of town. You've always been told since you were young that this is where you yourself are gonna get robbed. No one really care. There's no like honor among thieves in this area. It's like eat or get eaten around here. Uh, but you also know that uh uh what else do you know specifically? No, you won't know that. Um, yeah, but Rose kind of leads the way inside the very bare bones building. A lot of the construction has left like kind of exposed, constructive looking areas. The floors are like cement and cold and hard. As there's like just uh pieces of cloth here and there, trying to create the coziest environment, a little area for each person as they are kind of all bundled up together in this rather large building, almost a like a open door community, like a town that has no doors or walls. Uh, and you see that there is, to the right, there is the actual just homeless people. To the middle, there's the where they set up all their beds, and a lot of people are still sleeping. To the left, you see that's where they keep the sick and elderly. Uh, Winnie's grandmother's an actual worker there. She'll be behind the bar. Not Winnie, Rose's grandmother. She kind of grabs you by the hand. It's like, this way, Johnny, this way. Um, uh, as she rounds the corner to see her grandmother, she kind of, without warning, notices her immediately, like behind the bar, and she kind of like ducks down, sneaks around the bar, and gives her a big hug from behind. Uh, hello, grandma. Her grandma kind of turns around and giggles to something, and grabs her by the cheek and like pinches it real hard and pulls it. What are you two doing out? Uh, Rose replies, just stopping by. My mom wanted me to say, just stop by and talk to you.
Yeah, we're just in the neighborhood. Just wanted to come see ya, Grandma Jones.
She giggles and grabs you by the cheek just like she did Rose. It's like, you two are cute as a button, aren't you?
I hope I am.
Uh, Roll like a perception check real quick.
Oh, okay. Okay, suspect everyone, shady detective. Can I use Rose as a bond for this or no?
Uh, Rose as a bond?
Like
Criminal
for the
Underworld?
perception check. Yeah, and then also the filth since we're in this neighborhood.
Yes, you can use both of those.
Okay. And I'm just making sure there's nothing else. I can't really say I have a plan here because I'm just rolling perception checks. So, okay, I'm rolling the 10.
Okay. Your risk is just gonna be a 5.
I won.
You did it. 1 second. Sorry, I was trying to find something. Okay. Let's look. Phew, you barely won.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hale, you know your brother. He he works for Tommy. So why is he? You see him in the sick bay for the homeless shelter with a needle and syringe, kind of taking blood from.
Tommy is?
No, not Tommy. Your brother.
Oh.
He's kind of just extracting some blood. Uh, you're not sure why he's here, but
I guess I'm just gonna kind of like, hmm. I, so what exactly? He's giving blood or is he taking blood?
he's taking blood.
Is my brother a vampire?
What? No.
Look, I have several signs that he is.
I know there's
There's
signs,
something.
but he's not. He's much worse.
What's worse?
What's worse than a vampire? Find out. There's plenty worse than a vampire.
I don't know. Vampires are pretty crazy. Have you ever seen? Oh yeah, you saw it with me. Castlevania.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
crazy. But yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna avoid them? You gonna confront them? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna avoid him because I'm trying to leave without him knowing.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Um. Da, 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 da. Okay. Let's see.
I'm gonna
So
like
yeah,
kind of like this. I'm gonna put myself like I'm gonna put like Rose's grandmother like in front of me from his direction. That way I'm kind of hidden, and then I'm also going to just kind of like almost like you know how whenever you like when you go to fight someone, you're like you turn your body like sideways. I'm gonna do that, not really to fight, but like to hide myself more.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rose continues on talking with her grandmother, going back and forth about like the time they moved here from Ireland, stuff just like
I'm
you
also
know.
gonna like kind of motion. I'm gonna kind of like try to get Rose's attention. Be like, hey, uh, I'm just gonna say his name, James, just to kind of get her
Okay, she
like
kind of
aware
like
that he's
side
there.
glances you and hears that name, and then she kind of like side glances and looks and sees and kind of looks straight at him, and uh, duh, 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 she looks back at her grandma. Sorry, Grand, but I've really got to go now. Come on, and she grabs you by the hand and kind of storms off real fast. And then as you guys are leaving, she is, "But you just stopped by." Um, and before you can hear much else from her, you guys are out of earshot, uh, and out of the building. Okay. Okay. How about no more of that, huh?
Yeah, I think we need to get out of here now. What was he
Okay.
doing taking blood? He was fine earlier.
Your brother, not mine. You're a lunatic, not mine.
Hey, I'm your own lunatic.
Okay, let's go. And as you guys kind of exit back into the streets of New York, the camera again just kind of like as you guys exit the camera frame, it focuses on the streets as wagons pass by, and again just squeezes and squeezes into blackness until it suddenly pops back up, focusing on that dark figure again. Uh, okay, one more time to clarify. One last thing. You killed Rose.
Hmm.
When did you use your ability, newfound abilities, or was it how did
So
you do it exactly?
that's when it appeared his
After
abilities.
she died?
No, that's how she died because of So basically, what happens is, do you want me to tell you exactly how it happens?
No, 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 because I have an idea. I was making sure that I had that right.
Basically, initiates and the awakening of it kills her.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Um, da, 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 da. So yeah, as this dark figure standing in the doorway kind of walks in, hooded and kept very mysterious like, obviously hiding their face. They walk up to the table, uh, and grab the man that was telling you the information, and suddenly you hear a deep, raspy female voice say, "Sorry, I gotta take him with me."
I'm going to immediately like I'm gonna pull out Icebreaker and Water Skin, and I'm going to freeze the doorway. Wait, is that the only exit, Kaylin?
Uh, it is, there's windows all around, but other than that, uh, that's the only exit.
Okay.
There's like 3 windows that also lead out to the streets.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then well, actually no, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. Instead of like the door, I'm gonna put like a half circle of ice like behind him, so he doesn't really have a place to run. Like immediately, he'd have to go around it, or like very awkwardly like head towards us and then out.
Hmm. Okay, so you're gonna put it, say that one more time?
I'm gonna put it directly behind him,
Directly behind him, so he has to
like a
kind of go.
half circle.
Okay. Oh, that is pretty smart. Okay. Uh, da da da. Okay, make your roll.
Can I do suspect everyone because I suspect this man?
Oh yeah, suspicious person walks into highly secretive meeting and grabs the informant and says, "I'm taking him with me."
I'm gonna use all three of the bonds because I
Okay.
feel like that matches it fine. And then I'm gonna do Ice Maker, Water Skin. I'm gonna roll a 41.
Oh dang. Wow. Whoa. That is a big number. So you're using always have a plan. Suspect everyone. Where are you getting that? Oh, is it because you're using Ice Maker and Water Skin mostly?
Yeah,
I mean,
because I know that the other people have abilities too, so I know I'm not just like wasting all of my
your
ability
risk
right
is a 38.
there. Okay, what is it?
38.
Dang, don't matter.
Whew. Yeah, as you make that half circle, you see the woman kind of just grit her teeth like, would have preferred to take him alive, but, uh, and then let me make my roll real quick. If she fails this, I'm going to cry.
That'd be great. I would assume this man has some type of ability too, because he's like all scaly.
Well, yeah, it's something to do with what your brother did to him.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Is that what she? Oh no.
Uh, you see her as she kind of looks back around her at the circle forming around. She quickly, like I said, she chewed her teeth and said, "I would like to take him alive," and reaches her hand onto the back of his neck, and then suddenly, her hand phases inside his neck, and then
Oh,
you see as her forearm kind of flexes as if grasping something, and then you hear a strange like gurgling noise start to fill up, and then you hear a snapping noise as she twists her arm, and a bunch of blood splatters across the table.
you think I'm just gonna let you get away with that?
Hmm. Like to see you try to stop me, and then I mean you can roll to stop her.
All right, I'm gonna try and stop her.
Okay.
Also, there's blood everywhere now, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Always have a
but
plan.
you can't use ice maker anymore.
That's true, but that's fine. I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
make a. I'm gonna make a sword, Caitlin. To like, I'm gonna
Okay.
use my knife as like the hilt. I'm gonna extend the blade into her
Okay.
since she's
You're
trapped
going.
in that ice thing.
Okay. Uh,
That's
make your roll.
fighting dirty. Bloody Mary. That's a. I'm making sure there's nothing else.
Okay.
That's a 42
42. How'd you end up getting more than the last one?
because I was able to use what did I do differently this time?
I mean, you're not gonna be able to use ice maker. That's the main
Oh,
reason I'm like,
Bloody Mary.
but that's only
Also, I'm
one.
using James Williams is also 8. I didn't use James Williams last time.
James Williams.
That's what I'm using as the hilt for my blade.
Oh, da. I mean, that's not if you if you were using that to make more blood, isn't that how we said that item would work?
No, that was just how Bloody Mary works.
Okay.
But there's already blood, so I don't have to do that.
Okay. And then you also used water skin last turn, didn't you?
Yeah, but you didn't say I instantly use up water skin in one go.
Okay. Okay. We'll make it 3 goes from now on.
Okay.
So I mean, your risk is at 46.
Oh no. Okay. You said 46?
Yes, it's
Am I going against
chalky.
like Alexander's sister? What's going on?
That was, I mean, there's a good chance you had to succeed there, but anyways, uh, uh, as you kind of extend your ice and you feel, well, you stab forward and you think you got her, uh, and she kind of looks down and clutches at the blade, and then looks back up to you, and just falls downward
Like through the floor?
through the floor.
Dang, Caitlin took my phase idea.
I told you I had that idea before you.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah, I've thought of that idea before I even thought up this world.
So we both had original ideas for the phase then.
Yeah,
Okay. Dang. Okay. So she's just gone?
she's gone. Quickly as she came, she's gone. Uh, are you gonna? Oh, you can't really get rid of that circle, can you?
I mean,
Georgie kind of.
we could definitely go
Oops.
around the circle.
Yeah, you guys can. I was just gonna say like it's just gonna be in the middle of the room.
I mean, it'll melt eventually.
Eventually. Georgie kind of still sitting in his chair, looks up at you and is like, nothing
I
ever goes fucking right, does it?
no, and then the hell's gonna pull shake the ice off the knife, and then put it back in his pocket. Bet.
Uh, Tommy like whispers back to a guy that was behind him and's like, I want you to find out who she fucking is. I want her head on my table tomorrow morning, okay? The guy kind of just like nods. Adonis is kind of sitting very calmly, almost with no reaction to the entire situation.
Could
Uh,
have used a little bit of help, guys.
we're the ones who call the shots. We ain't the ones who fight battles. Tommy says that from across the edge of the table.
Hmm. Hale's not gonna say anything back because he knows that Tommy is already mad, and he doesn't want him to go off.
That's fair. Mm, uh, okay. Uh, as Tommy kind of puts on his coat, he's like, as much as finishing our business here today is high on my to-do list, I'd rather come back when I'm in a better mood. Maybe when that bitch decorates my walls, I will be ready for business. And he kind of exits through the door without another word. Uh, Adonis kind of stands up himself, puts his coat over his arm, and just walks silently out the door without saying a word.
Well, George, you ready to head to San Antonio? Yes. Since we got nothing to go off of since our informant's dead.
Well, I can't leave.
You can't leave. What do you mean you can't leave?
Look, Johnny, I got a wife. I got two other daughters to take care of here. I can't go all the way down there. I got men who'd come in my home and try to take the lives of them. I gotta be here.
I understand, but this might be our only chance to get him. We've been searching
Uh,
for years.
okay, one last quick question. What did you tell Georgie about Rose's death? Did you tell one simple thing I need to know? Did you tell him you did it?
Uh, I told him that. Uh, I basically told him that James did it, not me.
Yep, okay. That's exactly what I like to hear. Um, look, he grabs you on the by one shoulder and then he puts a open palm on one side of your face. Look, I have faith you're gonna get that bastard. I have faith that you're gonna bring him back here, bring him to justice, and that my little Rosie will be avenged. I know you can do that.
Hale's gonna feel guilty and just kind of like avoid eye contact. Like,
He kind of like taps your face a couple times with that palm that's resting there. He's like, "Look at me, come on. Have faith in yourself. You got this."
all right, George. I understand. I know you gotta take care of your family. And Hale's just gonna not exactly like break down, but his eyes are gonna start to water as he just kind of thinks about the event.
Okay. And he kind of uh, reaches into his pocket, rustles around for a little bit, and pulls out a, a ticket to San Antonio. As soon as I got the information this morning, I went and bought this ticket for you. Okay, it's gonna be on the train, uh, going straight there. Uh, I'm sending a messenger to Winnie as we speak. She'll know about your arrival before you get there,
All right,
and you know the job that has to be done.
I understand.
Okay, go make the Jones family proud.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He kind of ends up and puts his coat on also, and walks with you outside. And as you guys step outside, his bodyguards kind of come up and surround him a little bit. He puts his hat on and tips you farewell, much like he did 5 years ago. right before Rose's death. Um, and as he walks off, you have a ticket and a train to catch.
Cool.
Are you gonna go straight there? Are you gonna go do anything before you leave?
What?
Are you talking to me or Caitlin? Hello? Hello, Jake.
Flakes and stuff in there.
Hold on, Galen.
I'm waiting.
Hello.
Hello. Uh, so
Galen?
yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you
Oh,
hear me?
there we go.
Okay. Yeah, so are you gonna head straight to the train station and leave, or is there anything last minute business you need to do before you skip city, skip town?
I'm gonna head back to my apartment, and I'm gonna go ahead and pay George his money,
Okay.
and tell
Uh,
him I'm
d- d-
gonna be out of town for a little while. So if he needs to
yeah,
do
you make it
anything,
back to your this morning you started off your day stepping off these steps, and you're gonna uh go ahead and take your last steps up there for a long time from now until you'll be able to do this, take those steps up again. Um, but you open the door, you see George right there hammering something yet again, constantly fixing something in the apartments. And he kind of gives you that same lazy eye look as you walk in. Hey, Fred, back already?
yeah. Hold on 1 second here. I'm gonna step inside my apartment and get my all my savings up real quick.
Okay. Uh, he kind of shrugs his shoulder as you walk up the steps to get to your room and continues hammering. Yeah. Is there any more special you're like stashing your savings? Any like super secret way you were doing it?
There's like a floorboard that's loose, and I like pull it up and take the money out.
Okay. Uh, yeah, right above George, the camera can kind of pick up on some squeaking and footsteps, and and then all of a sudden we hear another door open and slam as you walk back down the steps.
Another door?
Just you coming back out of your
Oh,
apartment.
okay. Okay, and I'm just gonna walk up to George. Hey, man, here's my rent, and I'm actually gonna give him like $100 instead of like the normal amount.
Uh, ooh, you're a man of your word, and kind of tips the cash like as a gesture at you. That's what I like about you. And he starts counting. Anyways, have a good Christmas. Uh, and are you gonna walk straight out after giving him the money?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you open the door and you start to shut it, you hear, wait, 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 you overpay. And then the door shuts and you start going down the stairs.
Yep.
Okay. And now straight to the train station?
Yeah, and on the way there, I just pick up another snow cone. Man, I don't know
Hey,
what's up with these snow cones, but they're addicting.
I know you see he has one in his own hand. I know I don't. It's just so damn good. Gives me energy. And he's
Yeah.
like kind of shaking a little bit.
You might need to lay off on him a little bit though, man. You look a little rough.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All
Uh,
right.
and he hands one over. 50 cents.
I would love for this canonically to be the same person that Santa got the hat from.
Santa got the hat from?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the ice cream maker.
Oh my god. Maybe. Yeah. That's canon now.
Okay, and I guess I'm just gonna head to the train station, eating my snow cone.
Okay. Yeah, you make it there. Just like anywhere else in the city, it's a hustle and bustle as people are embracing and for the first time in weeks, maybe some in months, maybe some in even years. People departing, waving, tears being shed, last kisses, first kisses. Uh, as you know, your train's supposed to arrive in about 30 to 40 minutes. You can't help but sit down on a bench and stare around at and people watch a little bit. God, the last time you were here, it was with Rose right before you guys were heading out of town. And as you kind of have that thought in your head, the camera kind of focuses very close behind your head on the bench, and it kind of just scoots over to the left, and there are two small, about 15-year-old kids sitting on the bench, kind of very close together. And as the camera spins around, it reveals it to be you and Rose, kind of wait. You're not leaving on a train. You have there's like a trader that comes in for with to trade with Georgie every now and then on a wagon, and he's supposed to be leaving soon, and he's supposed to be taking you guys with him.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
So, what kind of places do you want to see?
Uh, to be honest, somewhere nice and warm.
Nice and warm. Well, there's plenty of warm places. Is there anywhere that you've ever heard of or anything?
Her Florida's kind of neat. Orlando sounds nice. Or maybe even the
Or
Grand Canyon. That'd be cool.
the Grand Canyon, man. Let's see. Orlando has these big lizard, like man-eating lizard things. I think they're called alligators. I don't know if that would be the place for me, and I'm too clumsy to be around big cliffs like the Grand Canyon.
Sounds better than the cold.
Anyways, how grand can a canyon be?
I heard it's as tall as the skyscrapers.
It's tall as a skyscraper. There's
When was
nothing taller than a skyscraper.
you haven't seen this then? I haven't either, but I heard that. How deep is the Grand Canyon? Can't Galen, hold on.
I don't know how deep it is, but I know it's like fucking miles and miles long and wide. Time to fact check.
It is
1902 miles wide.
dang.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking big.
Wow, it's huge.
Yes.
Yeah, I can definitely fit a skyscraper in there. Okay.
I
Then I'll
guess we'll
keep
have to see.
nah. Anywhere with you is where I want to go.
Uh, you're a flatterer. And as she says that, you guys kind of hear the squeak of wagon wheels stop behind you. Uh, and then the trader that works for Georgie kind of uh, yells at you two. So, are you lads ready?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay. And it's a passenger wagon. If he kind of gestures for you guys to hop into the back.
Okay, we're gonna. Can I do a perception check
Yeah, go ahead.
just to make sure there's nothing going on? My plan is to
Well,
check out this cart and the area surrounding it.
yeah, fair
I
enough.
suspect everyone, Shady Detective, the filth and criminal underworld. All right, 13.
Okay, your risk is a 12.
12, dang.
It's pretty even.
Oh, well, XP.
You look around the wagon. I mean, you've seen the trader before. Uh, like there's nothing strange about it. It's just a passenger wagon. The passenger wagon that's your ticket to Alaska.
Looks good to me. How about you, Rose? You think we're good?
She earnestly just hops up and kind of almost didn't even catch what you said and kind of just like shakes her head very eagerly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She nabs your hand and runs over to the door to the passenger cart. Uh, da, da, da. And she kind of, as she like kind of yanks it open and bends down and says, "After you."
Hale's just gonna step into the cart.
Yeah, as you like put one foot up and like grab onto like a handle or something, help yourself get all the way up there. You feel a hand kind of nab you and pull you in, and Rose not really noticing. She jumps on also, and again she's also nabbed in. Uh, and as you are pulled onto the cart and the door slams behind you, with faint like some windows pouring some light in, it is revealed that James is actually sitting in the cart, uh, and
Uh,
he kind of as he throws you to one side of the cart, he holds Rose by the wrist and grabs her around the neck with his other arm. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
um, sorry, I'm not like I'm to. Um,
No,
look,
he's choking Rose, not you.
yeah, I know. I
Okay,
was
okay,
coughing.
okay.
James, what you doing here? Wait, get your hands off of Rose.
No, 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 no. You answer my fucking questions. What the fuck are you doing?
I say get your hands off her, James, and I'm gonna pull out my knife. Now this is not like
What?
the same
What?
knife though.
What are you gonna do? Stab me? And he kind of like holds Rose in between him and you.
Why are you doing this, James?
I have a very specific plan, and your plan wasn't to act on your own. So what the fuck are you doing?
What
Why
do you
have you been taking your medication?
medication, huh? That's what it is?
Yes. He
You
kind
think I
of
didn't
looks.
know? Sure, it took me a little while to find out, but I know what you've been doing.
Doesn't matter if you know or if you don't know. Now, you could pretend like you didn't hear anything and just continue taking it, and everything will go on nice and dandy.
There's no way I'm taking that medicine again.
Mm, okay. Well, too bad. I didn't want to do this to you, but I hear you talk all the time. The only reason you want to leave or do anything is because of this little bird right here. And he kind of takes his hand that was holding the wrist and grabs a knife from his back pocket and puts it up to her cheek. Guess I'm gonna have to stop this little bird from singing in
Wait,
your
wait,
ear
wait, wait,
anymore.
wait, wait, wait. I'll take it.
Okay. He takes some wrapped up in his pocket and throws it in front of you.
What exactly is it? Is it just like a pill, or is it like a
It's
powder, or
it's two different pills.
is it a red pill and a blue pill?
No, it's a white pill and a black pill.
I just missed. I had to take both.
Yes.
I'm going to. I guess I'm gonna take them. I don't want to
You're
try and
gonna
trick him because I'm afraid for Rose's life. So
okay. Uh, yeah. So you ingest them. Uh, the it you know after you found out and when you found out you started testing things, you know that fog will come. It will start building up walls around your memory and your actions. Uh, but you know that you have a good 30 minutes before that happens. Uh, he, James looks at you and gestures for you to come closer, do you?
yeah, I'm gonna have to.
And he kind of grabs you with one thumb on one cheek and two fingers on the other, forcing you to kind of open your mouth, and he kind of like swivels your head around to look to make sure you're not hiding the pills.
Am I close enough to do anything to him?
I mean, you're within arm's length, like he's holding you with one hand. Uh, he's kind of like, yeah, you could reach Rose right now if you wanted.
I'm gonna take my knife and stab his arm.
Stab him in the arm?
Yeah, the one that's holding me right now.
Okay. Uh, da, da, da. Uh, okay, yeah, make a roll. Your risk is only a 16.
Okay. What do I do for the knife itself?
The knife itself, just do level 3 because that's what it initially was, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I didn't. This is not the same knife.
Oh, oh yeah, it's not. It's the knife that's already in his hands, isn't it? Um, uh, then let's do level 1. Level 1 knife because it's just typical knife.
Okay. Yeah, he hasn't received the knife yet because yeah. Uh, he's considered a crime. No, he's is he a crime boss?
Is he a crime boss?
Yeah.
James?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
as far as you know. He works under Tommy. He works for a crime boss.
Okay. Can I do the Bonds, Filth, and Criminal Underworld?
Yeah.
Could I technically do crime bosses? Because based on Tommy, I kind of know how he works.
No, no.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a 17.
Okay, versus 16. Damn. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Okay.
said 16 versus a 17?
Or you're rolling 17, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Versus
Don't.
16.
Yeah. This is like the second time your rolls have gotten like one number apart.
There we
Ooh.
go.
Okay. So yeah, as he kind of like checks around your mouth, you kind of arms flat to your side, rear up and jab the arm into his forearm, and he yanks his head back, and then it quickly like kind of pulls Rose into the corner. At the same time that his knife goes flying across to the other side of the uh, cart, but his hands are still firmly around Rose. And as you kind of do that, he's gonna uh, he's gonna uh, use that arm that has his hand around his neck to grip in, and you hear Rose like suffering to take in air. She's gasping for it, trying to get as much as she can. She has been for a good like minute now, and you know, like her skin is starting to turn blue around her lips. Uh, what do you do next?
Can I get Rose to attack with me?
She's been trying to like elbow him and get at him and like claw at his hands, but nothing's really phased him.
Okay, but I have an idea.
What's your idea exactly?
I'm gonna tell her fire escape, and I'm gonna to make her like gesture towards his eyes.
Okay, yeah. Yell it real quick.
Hey Rose, fire escape.
She kind of rears as soon as you say that, she looks you in the eyes and kind of rears her head forward and prepares to go straight back with it. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go.
I'll say that knife is stuck in his forearm right now.
I'm actually gonna like in his forearm.
Yeah.
Ooh, so I'm gonna go for the veins. Like I'm gonna go straight. I'm gonna scrape up his arm.
Oh, so you're gonna grab the knife and just yank it downwards or upwards?
Yes, just to cause him extreme pain. Yep,
Okay.
just to give Rose a chance to get out of his grip.
Okay.
I guess I'm rolling the same thing.
Okay.
Am I rolling or no? Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, you're rolling. Your risk is going to be a little bit higher this time though, for a specific reason. Your
Oh,
risk is going to be a 22.
what? Do I get a bonus because Rose is helping with this?
You do. You get a +2.
What's my risk again?
22. So 19 versus 22.
Oh no.
It's not that much. Oh, did you? Okay. Um. Yeah. So as you grab for the knife, you're met with like you reach for it, but instead you're met with the flat sole of a boot that kicks you in the chest
Wait,
back
wait,
into
wait,
the seat.
wait. Oh, it doesn't matter.
And as Rose doesn't in fact get that headbutt in, and it smacks him in the face, and his head kind of hits back, but she did it a little bit too late. And you can tell he's getting pissed off. He uh kind of takes the hand that's around her throat, and uh suddenly Rose has been gasping for air, but she hasn't been making painful noises, but suddenly you hear irking and shrieking, and her body starts shriveling and convulsing, uh, as if there's like a fire inside her veins.
What?
Like the hand kind of loosens up as this convulsing happens, and you hear, "Help me! Help!" What does Hale do?
Kayla's awful.
At this point, unlike fire building up in your veins, you feel a coldness in your veins.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna attack again, but how is this gonna work since I don't really know?
Uh, I mean, the release of an initial dream ability is going to be uber powerful. So I'll let you roll a flat 50 against your risk.
What's my risk?
Your risk is going to be 22 again.
But it's 50?
Yes, because this is the release of the initiation of your ability.
I'm going to freeze because I already got the knife in his arm. Am I gripped onto the knife?
No, he kicked you in the chest before you were able to grip it, or before you were able to like keep your grip.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna grip back onto his arm
Okay.
to try and like, or no, I'm gonna grip onto his other arm that's holding her,
Okay.
and I'm going to attempt to pull it off of her.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make your roll.
So it's a
50 versus
50.
22. Yeah. You're gonna be super successful. Nothing to worry about. Ooh, that's a lot lower than it should have been, Jake. But
Look.
if you failed that roll, I would have been appalled. But You're just gonna yeah, as you stand up, feeling that ice run through your veins, almost like you just have energy that needs to be put out. You grasp his hand and with some unknown strength that you've never had before, just pry it off of her, and you see the skin around his knuckles start to form like flakes of ice around it, and he kind of like in pain, and then he quickly like kicks her off of him, and then barges through the door of the carriage and falls out. Uh, as he kicks her on top of you, kind of leaving you both in the cart. Um, so at this point, as she's on top of you, I imagine you kind of like a little dazzled a little bit for a few seconds, and then you kind of get your senses together and you grab her by both shoulders to put her upright. And as you do that, you see that she's looking back at you and goes, "Why is it so cold?"
You're cold? Are you
It's,
okay?
it's freezing.
Uh, Are you okay? What do you do to you?
As you kind of like reach, I imagine like for a hand or to check up on her, as you graze her cheek begins to freeze, and she goes, "Ah, ah," and then again, as you try to reach her and comfort her, help her, do whatever you can, she starts to freeze more and more and more, and slowly but surely, uh, all that's left behind her eyes is like a bloodshot redness that matches the color of her hair and blue frozen skin.
Is my brother still outside the thing?
Do you want to check real quick? The
Yes.
card is going. The card is moving, by the way. Yeah.
Oh.
If you look out, just glancing out, it's not too far from where Rose is frozen. You see that he's not anywhere to be seen.
I'm going
You
to grab the person in the front of the car and be like, "What would you do? What did he do? What did you do to her?"
uh you see as you as you grab him, he kind of like loosely shakes a little bit and just keeps looking forward with kind of with his mouth a little bit open and drool coming out of his mouth.
What? I'm gonna shake him to wake him up to like
Uh,
try to get him out of the daze.
as you do that, his head kind of follows to the side, staying to the side almost like he's gone limp, but every now and then he'll still like spurn the horses.
What's wrong with you? I'm gonna grab Rose and dive off the cart.
You absolutely do. You kind of break the fall for her. She lands on top of you as you kind of roll a little bit into in the snow. Uh, very faintly, but very surely, you still feel like heat coming from her breath. Even though that she appears to be frozen over, she's still breathing.
Oh no. Where am I at currently?
You're a little bit like you're still within the city, but you're close, very, very close to just out to into the outskirts, like just like in the middle of just fields. Like you're like you're on the edge of a field where the city meets the field.
So I'm still in the city?
A little bit. You're like on the outskirts, which is more like some
Like,
farmland and some farm buildings.
is can I'm gonna try and find a building to take her into.
You hear very faint breaths coming out every now and then, small inhales, but very large labored exhales. Uh, as you search for, there's a farm building not too far away. As you drag her there, you see the chimney is going, so there's going to be heat inside.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk up to the door and kick it down.
Yeah, as you kick the door down, I'm not gonna make you roll for it or anything. The lights are all off. There's no lanterns lit or anything, so it appears like the building is empty. But the fireplace is definitely going. What do you do?
I'm gonna get her close to the fire.
Yeah, as you do that, uh, you set her down. You probably sit right in front of her. She looks you in the eyes very laboredly, very almost like she has no energy to do it, but she still does it. And she very slowly and shaky, like with no sense of like being able to control herself, shaking. She grabs you by the hand. See the world for me, for me.
You're gonna come see it with me, Rose.
She kind of shakes her head a little bit, and a tear that kind of freezes as it falls, forms. See the Grand Canyon, see the alligator, see everything, okay?
Rose, we can go see those things together.
Again, she just shakes her head. Can you hold me?
Yeah, I can hold you.
Uh, yeah, as you hug her, even more quickly than before, even though the fire is right there beside her, her body just encapsulates in ice, and after a few minutes, you hear her shivering and breathing. Then suddenly she feels like nothing but ice, and
Man, Kayla, this is cruel. You're making me use my ability, even though I know what it does, but hell don't know what it does. This isn't
uh,
okay.
you feel the warmth completely fade from her, the breath completely escape her, and as you this long embrace continues, the camera kind of zooms into the fire that is in between you guys, and uh, back to the bench, and the train has come to its station and its stop. Hill is off to San Antonio.
Oh,
End of session.
I got